This is episode 4 of the Over the Bars podcast. Thank you for visiting.
That's 2 plus 2, baby.
2 plus 2, baby. We're almost at 5. Round that up.
I almost knew that.
That's 10 before you know it, all right? In the book. We have Stevie Churchill here. I don't think he really needs a lot of intro. Everybody knows who he is. He's Phil's roommate.
That he is.
That's what I'm most known for.
So let's just get right into it. I have some random questions here. We're gonna start off with a little chat with Stevie, and then we'll go into the questions people submitted. I got a bunch of those, and Steve. Let's just start it out here. You have kind of a different background than most people. I feel like you got into riding really young.
Yeah.
What was your first bike?
Wow. My first bike might have been like a 12-inch Magna.
I mean, trick bike. First BMX bike that you were like going to the park on.
Your first memorable bike.
Even if it was really bad, but yeah.
Dyno Bazooka.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Dyno Bazooka. Shout out to Ben Ward.
16-inch.
Okay.
Small
Little guy.
So you got into it young on the little bike.
Yeah.
Vegan too, right? Both you guys?
Yeah. Both of us, yeah.
Yeah.
Beacon had a small bike too?
We both were riding little bikes, little kids.
Bump that volume a little.
Crank it. No, that was actually, that's real loud. It's tight.
There we go.
Run it.
So you and Vegan were little kid shredders. You're both from the same town. What's that town?
Bristol.
Bristol, Connecticut.
Yeah.
Steve's from Terryville.
A couple thoroughbreds.
Saw that coming.
So Steve's from Terryville.
Church it
Terryville is a place none of us have ever been, but we hear a lot about it.
The most memorable,
All bad.
The most memorable thing about
all bad.
Terryville is what Adam's like, when you turn 5, they buy you a 30 rack. You don't drink the whole thing, they kick you out of town.
There you go.
Amazing.
Steve, is that true?
I don't want to talk about
Okay.
it.
So we'll just say it was true. So you got into riding. You were on the little bike. You were going to the local skate park. They had a skate park there?
Well, there was CT Bike, which has been open since early 90s.
Is that like an indoor?
Yeah, it
Okay.
was terrible.
Right.
But, and then around when I was like 14, they made Rockwell.
Mm.
And then from there, it was just
Just lived at the park.
yeah.
Pretty
All
much.
of us did.
Place
Yeah.
looked mad fun.
What So what? How was school anyway? You were going to Rockwell at that point. Did you even go to school anymore by then?
Yeah, I went to school, but it wasn't very long. I mean, I dropped out when I was like, I'd passed 2 freshman classes, so I was like going to 2 sophomore classes and 2
Right.
freshman classes that year. And I was just, then I went pro for volume. And I was
How old were you at that point?
15.
Oh wow.
So I was like, Mom, this shit's stupid. I'm gonna go ride a bike because
Yeah.
clearly putting no effort towards this. It's not gonna pan out well. I mean, what does a diploma from Bristol Central High School gonna do for you?
Right.
You know?
Yeah, man. Well, it seems like you're doing all right. Everything's still panning out. The volume thing went okay. So
Yeah.
shout out to Chris Long for bringing
Yeah.
Steve out west.
Yeah.
Shout out Chris Long.
I remember one time he had got me and we were in the van on the highway and like dead stop traffic. He almost got out and beat this dude with a random wrench. I was
Chris
like,
is a
Chris,
savage.
please don't do this.
Not much has changed.
So you moved out west at that time, and what really changed for you when you moved out here? Were you riding every day, or what was the deal? What was life like?
Oh, well, other stuff was paying for a place, you know.
Mhm.
Me, Brandon, Tyra, Connor,
Right.
and sometimes Lloyd. He would be there.
Wild card.
Yeah, great one though. But yeah, we would go out riding all the time, like filming. We'd film for our OSS like
Right.
online parts or whatever. You did, I think I did like 2 or 3 of them. No, maybe. Yeah, 3 of them.
Right. You had the edit that Hicks did, and then there was the On Everything video.
There was the On Everything, the one Hicks did, and then one that I filmed with Fuck, it was 2014.
You were just riding. I
Just
hear
4
you, man.
years ago, yeah.
Yeah, you were just shredding.
Is that roll call?
Almost 5. No, roll call is a dance company.
No, I know that. I just don't know if you're like merging them together.
No.
Was your family religious at all?
Not really.
No,
No.
just normal.
Yeah. I mean,
Just normal.
What do you think caused you to push so hard at the bike riding thing when you were young?
well, when I was little, I just wanted to impress like my older brothers and their friends.
Right.
And then I got real good at it, real fast. So I was like, oh, this is tight. And then I actually started getting better than them. And then they got super pissed about it. It bummed my brother Jimmy out real bad to where like he was just like, fuck this shit.
They were done riding at that point.
Yeah, they were like, my 9-year-old little brother is doing more tricks than me.
Yeah.
What the fuck? So
Was he like pretty good then?
Jimmy's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah. So you come from a family of bikers, right?
Yeah. All my brothers rode at one point.
Yeah.
I have 3 older brothers, so it's my brother Pat quit because he kept getting his bike stolen all the time.
No, a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
Particularly getting a bike
It's the
stolen.
worst.
So since you were 15, you've been pro. What places have you traveled, or better yet, what's the most interesting place you've traveled?
Hit it.
Man. I don't know.
You've been a lot of them, though, right?
I've been to a lot of places.
Let's take us through 'em. What international countries have you been
Name 10.
to?
I don't. I mean,
They all kind of blur together.
I've been to China, Chile, Japan, like Czech Republic,
Argentina.
Argentina. Fuck, I know there's more.
Canada? You been to Canada?
I've been to Canada, not for riding though.
Okay.
I mean, there's a bunch of them. I don't even.
Yeah. You were on the move there for a little while, huh?
Yeah, I'm not great at geography.
You're not a great geographer.
I hear you, man. I hear you. So you're traveling with those guys, and then eventually you got off volume, right? I mean, kind of before the OSS house thing, right?
Well, I got an offer from Federal.
Okay.
And, I talked to, like, my homie Jeff, and I was like, yeah, what do you think? And he was like, yeah, Federal's tight. So I quit volume for Federal,
Made the switch.
and then I got kicked off of Demolition
Oh.
because I quit volume.
Right.
Castillo.
And
Was that a
then-
surprise?
No, I expected it.
Okay.
I kind of was. I was like, I know exactly what's going to happen,
Right.
but, I mean, I'm sure someone's going to, help me out.
Yeah, yeah. And the federal deal was partially through tip, of course, which was PRIMO, so
Yeah, so I did have PRIMO parts for a while.
it was all on the back burner.
I guess. I mean, and then I got on a claw for a while, and
That's a long time though, right? Well, like 3 years? 2 years?
I was in there for a while. Yeah. I don't know. I went to Chile with them. Actually, I got beat up like fucking 5 times in 7 days.
What, did they just not like Americans, or what was the deal?
I just think I have a punch face.
That's
They just
it,
looked
huh?
at me and they were like, "Fuck this little rat."
Yeah. Were the other guys on the team getting beat up?
No, just me.
For real?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Isn't
man.
that where your thumb busted?
Yeah, first day of the trip, I fell trying to do something because there were riots going on, and there were like these big tank things driving by, spraying motherfuckers with tear gas, and the sidewalk was covered in it. And I was doing like a hanger over 180 on a rail to like fakey whip off the curb, but the whole sidewalk is tile, so all that tear gas on the ground was slick as fuck. And one of the times it slipped and I like popped late and I went to tail it, but I landed and I just snapped all the ligaments in my thumb right here.
Damn.
First day of the trip.
That tear gas can be dangerous.
And it burnt like a motherfucker because I got cut open by a couple of the tiles. It hurt real bad.
Shout out Chile.
That's rough, man. So okay, we got the international travel covered now. What about big contests? You were in the X Games, weren't you?
Yeah.
Just
Few
one X
years.
Games? Was it just one?
No, it was a few years.
A few of them, okay.
Yeah.
How was that? That's a pretty big achievement for most people.
I'm not. I don't really know how to feel, because I don't like competing. Like, I know that feeling of right before they call your name.
Oh, it's so bad.
The jitters, and you're just like,
Yeah.
I don't want to do this. It's extremely intimidating.
Yeah.
And then you're also competing against a bunch of people like you've idolized or you're friends with,
Yeah, it's like double-edged sword kind of.
It's like, oh, shit, And then, practice and stuff, you get 2 hours of practice for like 2 days.
Right, with all those people on the course at the same time.
Exactly, so you don't want to be cutting people off, but you really want to get your line down,
And there's always those couple of dudes that don't mind cutting people off. They ain't worried about it.
Well, a lot of times when I competed, I just ended up sitting on the sidelines most of the practices, do a couple things, like try to figure out something in my head, and then just go for it.
Yeah, that's what I would do too. Just get the line down, but not really do any of the tricks. Be like, okay, I'm going to generally go through the park this way.
No, like I would do like a trick on couple obstacles and be like, I'll improvise here.
Yeah.
I'll improvise here.
Exactly.
Like
if it's going good, I'll double it up over here.
Yeah, you get so out of breath and shit that one time I did a couple tricks in a row and I just found a long deck to do like a hang 5 on to catch my breath. And then land, and then you're able to do some other shit. So.
Yeah.
Just shit like that. It really is so hard. There's so much technique to riding a contest that
it's a whole
people
different
don't even
experience.
understand.
Yeah.
But
I remember the crazy thing was all of the guys that were really good at it, a lot of them are still doing it today. Like Gary Young, people like that.
Amazing.
They would do all of the hard tricks in practice. So you'd be sitting there in practice and you're getting the gap down. Everybody's just kind of jumping the gap, and then here he comes doing like a switch 3 look back over it.
That's the way it is now.
Okay.
Though.
Yeah, but I just mean they're still doing it to this day, and it's a special type of rider that just robotic like that. Like they'll just drop it in and bust it.
Every rider in those contests
nowadays, it's all of them. Yeah,
they're all insane.
Facts.
Very fucking on point, talented.
With everything.
Literally Olympic shit.
Yeah, it's pretty sick though. Did you see that double whip that Dennis just did?
Yeah, that was so sad.
Wow, right?
Saw him do that at his house one time on like a way smaller version.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? That's crazy.
Yeah.
And I saw that one, I was like...
Craziest thing imaginable, really.
I think I missed this double whip.
Really? Oh, man. It was at that Malaga Vans contest, and it was off like an extension to a vert wall about 15 feet back.
He might as well have jumped from here to that back wall.
Yeah, probably
and
further than
did a double whip way over.
Just flying through the air, just
nuts.
Spinning the bike like a helicopter.
Dennis is so gnarly.
So, yeah, we're all on first name basis with Dennis Anderson, in case you didn't notice.
Yeah, shout out Dennis.
Dennis, my
you
boy.
Probably are. Not us.
I met him once.
Same.
Really, really nice guy.
He is super nice.
So nice. So, okay, before we get into these other questions, I think we got a few more here. What happened with the OSS house and all that? So the lease was up or something? That just ended?
I'm not really too positive.
Okay.
I just know that I was warned, like a month or two before, we can't do this, we're not doing this anymore,
right.
Whatever.
When they moved stores and everything was changing.
Yeah, whatever it may have been.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, alright. I guess I'm gonna have to move back home east. And then I stayed at Phil's, and now me and him have a place, so.
Yeah. 5 blocks away.
Hit us up.
Yeah. Super stoked on being in Long Beach as well.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's just, Koreatown.
It's dirty.
It fucking sucked.
Koreatown is rough.
I hate K-Town.
Yeah. You gotta have a car, really. You can't just be a no-car guy out there.
Well, it's like you gotta have a car.
I was a no-car guy.
But if you don't have parking, it's such a double.
Then the parking, you gotta have a nice pad. That's the problem. Nobody has out there.
I lived on a mattress in the living room.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So now you got a bedroom. Now you got a bedroom, right?
Yeah, I have them now.
Moving up.
But you're trying to J.O. in the living room. People are walking by sup, Steve?
Didn't stop you.
Nothing. Chilling.
Oh.
That's that life, bro.
Yeah.
It's so weird because I was watching cartoons. Oh God, the savage life is the life.
That's a fact, man.
It's the life for me.
What I get so many messages from kids now that are like, they don't really understand. They see the videos and stuff out here, and they think that, you know, like you and Connor and Tyra and all are sort of like this group, and you live in a house, and it's this community and everything. But I know Tyra's back east, or kind of east. He's been in Michigan for a while. Connor's been floating all around the country, Michigan.
Yeah, I don't even have a clue where he is.
Yeah, I think he's in North Carolina right now. I think he went there for the storm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Storm prep or
Help
something.
his girl. So, but so who's the crew you ride with these days?
Just you guys, really.
Well, yeah, but Long Beach crew, right?
Alex, Chief, like
Oh, those
a
guys.
bunch of dudes.
Yeah.
You know. Brandon every now and then, but he's constantly on trips,
Right.
so it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of hard to really catch a session with him. But I don't know. Yeah, I kind of just go
with the flow.
Yeah.
I hear you. I hear you, man. So you got to Long Beach, and I'm trying to think of the next thing that changed in the timeline from there. I feel like, when did the Weed Maps thing happen? Was that right before that?
That was still like OSS days.
Okay.
Thing.
It sounds like everybody at the house was on, right? Pretty much.
Yeah,
It's
we
like
all
you,
at the house
Connor,
were on.
Tyra.
So that started then, and yeah, now I've actually been on a couple trips with them, and
Yeah,
literally,
it's pretty cool how they're doing the skate and the bike together. I like that.
It is the sickest thing ever because you literally just feel like you're a kid again at the skate park, like riding with all the skater homies, everyone, you know.
Right.
And like you session a spot, and they'll look at things and like suggest things for you, and it's like such a different outlook.
Yeah,
that
they're
you're
looking
like,
at stuff that's like not possible
wow.
on a skateboard.
No, I mean not possible on a skateboard.
You know
but
what I mean? Yeah.
It's like
the way we
wow.
look at a skateboard, like, oh, if you wall rode that, that'd be sick. And they're like, oh, nobody does that on skateboards.
yeah, shit like that, and it was actually really sick. Like, and it helped like just the creative process of
Yeah.
going through it. Like, it was a lot of fun.
That's cool, man.
Also, we partied, so
So they're a good crew.
very good crew.
That's cool, man. Yeah, Weed Maps seems like they're doing all right, so I imagine they can throw a decent
Yeah.
trip.
That seems like they're doing real good.
So what's the
they
deal with those?
absolutely-
Give me the inside tip. So are they all sponsored by a bar or something? Like, what's the deal with that?
Papas and beer.
Right? So I notice
well-
you guys are always at Papas and Beer on them trips.
Well, they sponsor some like rally truck racers,
Mhm.
you know, and they own Papas and Beer.
Okay.
So it's like
So it's some of their
it's like a
athletes'
collab
business.
thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And the dudes that race and shit, they're tight as fuck too.
So you guys hang out with the car team too.
Oh hell yeah!
That's
we
cool.
we went to the races and shit, dude. It was
So it's just all blended together. Over
everything,
That's
just
it.
everyone combined. It's very diverse.
That's cool, man.
It's sick.
There. Yeah, it's an interesting, strange deal you got there.
Yeah, that's like once in a lifetime.
I love it.
Yeah.
Like, I love it. It's so sick.
That's like a step above an energy drink sponsor.
I would say, yeah,
Two steps
it's like
above.
the opposite of an energy drink. It's
That's how Deegan actually met Deegan.
Really?
vegan and Deegan.
We were at the race and Deegan was in it.
Dang. Oh yeah, because he drives like trophy trucks or whatever.
That's
sick.
what it was. Yeah.
Vegan and Deegan.
I can't
of
even
shitheads.
imagine, dude.
It was amazing.
Yeah,
So,
just one smelly piece of hair between the two of them.
Jesus.
should we break into these questions from people?
Fuck it.
All right, let me pull them up here.
How many do we got?
20? You know, I didn't count them. There's
Got
there's
the good
6
ones?
per page, and I got 5 pages of them, so that's 35.
Okay.
So Nicholas Mays said, after getting on a BMX bike, when did you get hit with the revolution of this is what you wanted to do? And this could be to anybody, you know. Steve, what do you got there? What, you know, after you ride a BMX bike, at what point? It sounds to me like it was when you got better than your brothers. We might have already covered that, but
Yeah.
was there anything that really clicked for you that?
I think it was for me when I realized like how I understood tricks.
Right.
Before I even was able to do them, I would understand it so well that I would learn it so fast.
Yeah.
I could almost just like feel it before it even happen.
Yeah. No, I know. I've noticed riding with you that all of a sudden the science seems to come out when we're talking about how a trick works, or if you're describing something to somebody. You seem to have a very firm grasp on physics when it comes to BMX riding and maybe pool.
Steve the scientist.
Little bit of pool.
Yeah.
A little bit of science.
I'm a professional bike rider and an amateur billiards player.
Billiards. What about you, Rich? Same question.
For me, I remember that a kid at school built a quarter pipe in woodshop, and I was super into jumping BMX bikes off curbs and skateboarding off little kicker ramps and all that as a kid, just being a little shithead. Mm-hmm. But then this dude had this quarter pipe, and I remember I just went up and on his BMX bike and instantly was able to just do a 180 on it. Not an air, but just turn around and come down, which on a skateboard I can still to this day not do. So instantly I was like, oh, I'm a bike rider. I'm not a skateboarder. I just turned around on a quarter pipe. And then that dude built the ramp. He moved that ramp to his house, and I just started going to his house every day, and he was my best friend. And,
damn, that's tight.
And that was that. It was written from that day forward,
Very similar with me. I met a kid at the bus stop of my middle school, and he had the same exact bike, different color. I was like, yo, let's ride to school instead of taking the bus.
There you go.
Learned how to manual.
Bike gang.
He built a quarter pipe that was a bank in his front yard out of scrap wood with linoleum over it.
What a stud.
It was sick. His name's Andreas Wenzel.
Nice, man.
He's the best.
Linoleum quarter pipe. I'm gonna hold that one. It's pretty interesting.
Hands down the best under the radar rider in California.
I believe you because I haven't
100%.
heard his name before.
Yeah.
So he's completely under my
Do you know
radar.
the Sanctuary up in Fresno, up in Northern California?
Sanctuary?
Yeah, it's like Sanctuary BMX.
That sounds familiar.
I think I've been there.
Yeah, it's like this guy Waylon runs it. He's so sick.
Yeah, I've
like,
been there.
Yeah,
It's a skate park?
It's like a compound in the hills.
And you.
So it's like a indoor wooden.
Oh, that's the place the Fit and S&M guys went.
Bingo.
And you
I
stay
DM'd
there
you.
like it's a hotel as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
I saw them riding there and messaged Began. I was like, where are you right now?
Yeah, we could go
Yeah, it's
anytime.
so
So
sanctuary.
sick.
Okay, we got to go there.
Really cool, yeah.
I'll be hyped
And
to
it's
ride
like
that.
4 hours away.
So next up, Slideways said, can you send me a bike to New Zealand, please? I cannot.
God, quit asking that.
I'm sorry. I reply to every DM I get, but if it's just asking for free stuff, it's not going to be a very thorough reply. I do not know what to say. So, because if I could just give out free stuff through DM, well, the world would not be what it is today. That would just be a different world.
Download this wheel, bud. Fuck.
What's your favorite place ever to ride, Steve?
Ooh. I already know the answer.
I'd probably say Rockwell.
Boom.
Okay, there we
My
go.
local park.
Yeah.
You know, when you learn so much and you have so many memories at a certain place, it's normally just like mentally and physically the easiest. You know all the lines. You know how everything works, so you don't have to even really warm up. You just go and
Yeah, it's like second nature.
yeah, exactly. So I'd say Rockwell.
Yeah, that's how Burnside is for me. Like when we just went back on that trip, just to be able to go there and flow around it and all that is like, it's just crazy feeling because you don't really have to get used to it again, even though it's completely foreign. And
You already know it.
Yeah, you already know. Phil, what do you got?
It's this place called Lion Skate Park in Fresno, which I'm going to on Thursday morning, which I'm really hyped about. But yeah, it's like the first huge cement skate park in Fresno, and there's like no bikes in like the heyday of like people throwing skateboards at BMX kids. So I had it rough. But me and that same guy Andreas started going at 5 in the morning because the park opened at 8. So we would get up at 4, ride through the fog to get there at 5, ride till 8.
Burnside style.
Every day. And now it's like, that's like the sesh. Everybody does that still.
Oh, really?
To this day, like 10 years later, yeah. It's
That's early?
No bikes in 2018.
No bikes.
Wow.
No bikes, and you have to have...
You can ride at Burnside better than that now. That's
No,
crazy.
honestly, you can burn like Burnside, but you can't
Wasn't
go to
that
like a
big of a
Fresno
deal.
skate park without having the cops pull up.
Yeah,
It's
well,
insane.
who would have known, man? Fresno's the
jump
cut.
the fence.
I got a Connecticut ID still.
What's up? I don't know. I'm not from here.
You give me no tickets.
What's up? I'm not gonna pay it.
So
I physically can't pay it.
So next up, I have 3. I'm just going to put them into one. I got a question from Burns BMX. He said, how does somebody from Ontario, Canada, get flowed from a company? How does a kid that lives in a foreign country get flowed from a company?
DM Dylan Lloyd and ask him. He's Canadian.
Yeah, true. Goes straight to the Canadian,
Boom.
the modern day Canadian beast DMs.
Yeah. Or hit her Jamie Aaron. See if he
Yeah,
can
or
get
go
you
to the
in.
OG. He's
Yeah.
making tables out there and probably could cut you a deal.
Oh, yeah, he's like a woodworker.
Yeah.
He's like, what, Dave Asado?
He's a
Jamie Aaron.
killer woodworker.
Yeah, he's
like
crazy.
winning awards and shit. Because he's a champion.
Yeah.
He makes blood.
Once a champion, always
Exactly,
champion.
dude.
He makes wooden chest plates.
He don't play. He's the beast. So next up, Stephen Valerie said, what's your favorite trick to do / watch? And those are two different questions, so we'll just blend them. Favorite trick ever, Steve?
Go.
I really like watching people do switch down whips. And I like just like floating a truck over a good hip.
Yeah.
Something just it's simple, and it's something about it. You're just floating carelessly. I don't know. It just feels good.
I hear you. I saw you do a bunch of them today, so I know you're not lying. Phil, what do you got on that?
I like doing manuals. It's super fun.
Manuals
and
it's
best. Easy. I like my favorite trick. Well, it's a tie between two. Like downside, like crazy over clicked, like downside turn downs on hips, or pocket air tables and pulls.
Oh, okay, that's specific.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. My favorite trick to do all time, turn downs for sure. There's nothing better feeling.
You had a stupid crispy turn down, like what was that, low tech mixtape with that street cap? Is that the mixtape?
I have no idea in my memory right now.
So good, yeah.
I'm like, any video I was ever in is all one video. And I don't remember ever doing a turn down on street before, so.
No, there's one.
But I know I did all the time. I'm just, that's the cobwebs up there. And then to watch, dude, just nose manuals. I still cannot believe the way people can nose manual. The charm wore off when I used to hang out with Caleb a lot. I was like, okay, I get it. You can go around the freaking block.
Yeah.
But since not being around him, and now kind of everybody can do that a little more, it's sort of reignited for me.
It looks
it
like
magic.
Like the first time I saw like a long nose manual, it looked fake.
Right?
In real life,
it still looks fake to me.
I was like,
every
no.
time.
But we were at Vans on Wednesday, and Jacob was doing it like
pegs, super long.
He's got the retarded.
When's he gonna stop? Yeah, he's just going.
He's pegs, nose. I thought he was going to the middle edge, but nope. He
kept
swerved
going.
around it. Goes all the way to the other one at the end.
Yeah,
and
no
then
pump.
hits a peg, switch one out.
Yeah.
And I was like,
there's like no pump, no like anything here, just burp, like steering it.
It's like a hang five to him.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Sounds about right, man.
Drink turmeric tea.
Alex Diller. That's true. It's got strong anti-inflammatories. Alex De La Torta said, "What's the best thing about BMX to you?" That's pretty vague. I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's super vague.
Yeah.
You gotta get better at the questions.
I mean, to put it simply, the feeling of progression, right? Progression and progressing in one word. That's progression.
Progression.
Yeah, I guess I'd say the best feeling would be when you learn a new trick that you've kind of always liked but never thought you could
Right. Kind of thought it was impossible.
Then you feel it's like super consistent.
Right.
Like you're just like, wow,
now you just own it.
This shit's easy now,
Right.
and I could do it wherever.
Yeah.
That's a sick feeling.
Yeah, that's the one thing when people ask me, I usually forget about it in podcast time, but that's the one thing when people ask me is like, that's what BMX taught me, if anything, to like, because now when I work, I think of it like that, and when I'm doing other things, because I don't ride like I used to. I'm old ass man over here, but just that being able to understand the things you think are impossible aren't impossible. It gives you that power. Something has to give everybody that power.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a great feeling is also when you've had trouble with a trick for so long and you just can't wrap your head around it, and then you just have one session and somehow it makes sense.
Yeah. You know what's really crazy?
Just have it from there on out.
Did you ever dream it and then do it like that?
Tail whips. That's how I learned it.
Dude, I had so many tail whips also. I had so many tricks like that I couldn't do for months, and then I just had a weird dream, and then I just learned it the next day.
You felt it.
Manifested.
The dream felt so real.
Yep. That's that placebo.
I love that.
Let's go to the skate park.
Let's go right now.
I'm gonna fucking land something.
I'm going to bar spin. Feelings towards scooter kids, Phil.
I love scooters. We had a scooter. I don't know where it's at now, but it was sick.
Shout out
Seven
scooters.
Roses Pro Scooter Shop.
Steve, you like scooters, right?
Yeah, Steve, where's our fucking scooter guy?
No,
this guy let us build like a dialed scooter, like a.
Yeah, right. You guys popped over to this. There's this pro scooter shop in Long Beach that popped up.
7th and Rose, right by our house.
Yeah.
Don't find us our apartment. Yeah, he's so sick. He let us build a scooter. That's Steve, build a scooter.
They hooked all you guys up, didn't they?
He didn't hook me up. He hooked
think
up
Connor got one too.
Connor, Began, Steve.
Yeah.
And I think Beacon still has a scooter.
But the difference is they didn't get to build their own
Steve
scooters.
got to build like
I got to build mine from scratch.
Like a $1,200 scooter.
Any part I wanted.
How can a scooter even cost that?
We got 2 sessions on it.
You could get a bird for that price.
It's at Dylan's house.
What? Ambrose?
Yes.
I'll go get it right now.
All right. Podcast is over.
Yeah. Fuck this. Okay, scooters are sick.
So we like scooters so much we're ending the video.
Shout out Booty Groceries because he rides BMX and is also really good at scooters.
He's a pretty sick scooter.
He is sick.
Yeah.
He like has.
I've seen a couple clips of him where I'm like, oh, scooters.
He's like Matt Steezy with like the skate swag.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite scooter, Badger Clip.
Badger Clip. He's the best. No matter what. I don't care who's doing what, but Badger Clip is like East Coast street on a fucking scooter.
And he's also my child.
Sick. He's blind.
Somehow I don't think that whoever asked this question was expecting a unanimous love for scooters.
He's blind. Badger Clip, he's blind. He has thin hair. He's real short. He can't talk.
He's not real short. He's really tall, actually.
He's short in the dick area.
Oh, jeez.
Jeez. He may be short, but it's skinny.
I don't know, I guess.
No, Badger Clip's fire. He's so good on it.
So the three of us love scooters. That's that.
Scooters are tight as fuck.
Yeah, I'm into bird scooters specifically. I've never ridden the type of scooter that I've never ridden one of the trick scooters.
The birds are fire.
But back when I was a kid, they had the '80s scooters with the pump up tires, and they were
the pneumatics.
dope.
Yeah,
oh
so
man,
tight.
loved them. So I mean,
those ones.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, like a dyno, dude.
Every single
those
place
ones are hella
we
fun.
went
We hit trails on those.
Oh yeah.
Every time
we used to ride
go
Burnside on them.
No way.
Yeah.
How fun was
there
that?
was literally 2 guys that came to Burnside every morning that were only scooter riders the entire time I grew up, and they mobbed like so good at it, dude. Yeah, they were weird. They were like kind of weird because you were like, "What's up with scooters?" You know, but
they were like steel frame with handlebars.
Yeah,
right?
These dudes just owned it though.
We should get some of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, scooters are sick. Thanks for watching the podcast.
Like and comment.
Yeah, like, share, comment, subscribe.
So moving on from scooters, scooter kids, we love them.
100%.
So give me a shout out. Roll me up one.
Oh,
done.
God.
Do you ever regret putting Adam LZ on the team? I have a feeling like this one's directed at me.
Watched his bike build video today. How weird is that?
That is weird. I didn't even know he had a bike.
I grew up with Adam LZ, and yeah, he's a little strange, but I like him.
Yeah, he's all right, man.
So
he's all right.
You know,
I don't believe in regrets. That would just be me thinking about yesterday.
He's also very talented, and you know. So
no hate for LZ.
If I were to answer for Rich, I'd say no.
The only thing I have to hate on him about is in the bike video today. It's like targeted at being a weight weenie. I think that's trash, but
that's his move though, right? He loves the weight thing.
He has like titanium spindle and stuff. I was like, damn, my boy's got a body. Yeah. Profile too.
You're asking to slice your fucking calf open.
Your ass is grass and those cranks are the mower.
So we got next up, new BMX part ideas that should be created. I can't tell you those because I have to use those for work.
If I told you, I'd have to kill you.
Yeah.
So just watch my videos, and occasionally I'll show one, and then somebody can dislike it.
What was Andy's dumbass tool idea? A multi-tool with a bar cutter on it?
Yeah, Andy wants me to make a multi-tool with a pipe cutter built onto it. So
you can cut your bars.
Drop me a comment if you think that's the next wave.
Every year you can use.
Well, first off, that is an extremely stupid idea.
Shout out Andy.
Because. Is it going to come with extra bits?
That's what I'm saying.
The little blades chip right away.
Those blades chip, and you cut one bar.
And then you have somebody...
Shit is fucked.
Yeah, then somebody comes along, I know how to use a pipe cutter.
Yeah, then they snap the blade in half.
Connor.
Tighten it a little too tight, chip the blade.
I'm like, yo, Connor, you can use a cutty bar. He's like, yeah, I've cut my bar 100 times. I was like, oh, you know how to use a pipe cutter? Yeah. Puts it on, snaps the blade before he turns.
He didn't even turn it?
He turned it one time, the blade broke.
Yeah, you can't tighten it like that. You gotta have the finesse.
Super sick. Connor did. Thanks.
Need a diamond blade for that.
Yeah, that diamond too.
No, you just need a whatever blade and know how to do it, guy.
So this one's for Steve. Actually, we'll all answer this. Jacob Price 22, little Adam 22 inspiration there. I'm thinking. What's the one trick that you've always wanted to learn but couldn't figure out?
I already know the answer. Go, Steve.
Bar
spins. I can't do bar spins and I want to. I answered it.
You told me you did one at Ghetto before.
You see me doing them on flat ground? See me doing them out of stuff? I wish I could. My hands don't come off. It takes a lot.
I don't turn left.
I don't go right. I don't know how to go left.
If I were to like say like a dream trick I could do,
just something you always wanted to do, but it was the one thing that got away.
Something within my grasp.
Exactly.
Kind of.
Yeah, not the double backflip, but not that that's out of your grasp.
This answer doesn't pertain to Steve.
It's hard because Steve does everything he wants to do,
Yeah.
but come on, I know there's one in there.
There's something.
I think it'd be real sick to like be able to switch 5 fakie downstairs.
Okay,
or
that sounds hard.
I always wanted to do like I learned to switch trucks when I was.
Ooh, what about the tail whip bar spin? The bunny hop tail whip bar spin?
No, I don't.
No?
I don't think that's the cool trick. I think it's
okay. It's just silly.
I almost did a hop double whip on flat when I was a little kid.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Well, that one got away, so we'll chalk it up to the hop.
That one got away. I fell.
Yeah.
What about you, Rich?
Phil's on the bar spin.
Can't bar.
Flare. I saw Steve do a flare today, and it is just so. It looks so hard, but also you can tell that it's so easy for the people that can do it. Like it's so confusing how easy it appears.
Just one fluid.
Like you did it, and then I was like, "What? Why aren't you going to let me film it?" You're like, I'll just do it again, and then you just did it again after that. It's like apparently this is the easiest thing you can do
Steve
here.
Steve could probably teach you real quick because he's a good teacher too.
It is.
It's that mesmerizing to me that he explained it, and it still makes no sense.
It is.
Water trip coming soon. Rich is going to learn flares.
It's a lot easier to do than like a lot of tricks like that. That line I filmed today.
Yeah.
With the little wall thing. That
Exactly.
was 10 million times harder than.
And that is the confusing part for me. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I could at least try the line.
People are scared of going upside down.
Yeah.
It's just
that's for sure.
Once you get past that.
Yeah.
Then it's not really an issue.
I had that upside down problem. I learned backflips at Woodward. I used to work when I was younger, and I would do the ones where you're crooked the whole way through it.
Yeah, honestly, when I do them, I don't even feel like I'm upside down.
Right, flare's a whole different.
I don't feel upside down at all, really. I just kind of, I don't see anything throughout the whole flip.
Right.
It's like a blackout.
You just pull really hard.
When I'm pulling, I know where I'm going to land.
Yeah.
So I was also really good at like flips and shit on trampolines and stuff when I was little. So
see, I'm over 6 feet tall. People this tall just typically don't flip. Like when I flip on a trampoline, it looks crazy. I'm like 10 feet long.
You just got to touch your knees.
Yeah, I don't do any of that.
That's what
I'm
you do in a flare. You squat.
I see Rich doing the flex.
I'm literally like a 10-foot long piece of wood spinning, and it's just crazy looking. Yeah.
I used to do
and
those.
people are like,
I used to do those. I used to do those backflips on trampolines where you're completely straight.
Those are so funny.
Pencil flip.
Yeah.
So next up, Danny Skitcher said, is BMX taking over the spotlight for skating? For a long time, skating seemed like it was more popular, but it seems like BMX is getting just as popular.
See, I can't answer this question because we talked about that snowboarding thing.
I'm going to answer
right.
it. I'm going to answer it like this. There are about 80 times more skaters than bike riding, so I don't think BMX will ever take over the spotlight.
It's just so cheap to start skating.
Yeah, $150 you got a dialed board. $150
Pro
you
level
got almost
board.
a pair of
You
cleats.
want a bike like mine, you're spending almost
$0.
$2,000, you know? So, yeah, I mean, parents are definitely going to rather get their kid a skateboard than a bicycle.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's a huge barrier to entry. Kids now, the complete bikes are getting way better. Kids are getting like $300 bikes, but still, that is not a $150 skateboard. And kids aren't even skateboarding much because iPhones, it's all now they need $1,000 phones. So it's, but no, I'm with you. There's no way BMX is anywhere near as popular as skateboarding. But
I don't think it ever will be.
No. But it is interesting. I think I see where this guy's coming from. Is that online? I actually think it might be more popular. Because on Instagram, it's actually more interesting.
For someone to visually see.
It can be more exciting.
Someone to not understand it.
Yeah.
People that don't understand either of them, it's kind of more entertaining to see someone.
Skateboarding's so technical, it's hard to understand.
It's more like you don't understand the flip tricks and stuff, then you're not really going to get how hard that was.
Right.
But on a bike, you could clearly see what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Also, shout out to Adam, because the fact that we have this super celebrity guy now in the rap world, whatever he has going on, pulling BMX along with him.
Yeah.
That's something we didn't have previously either. You know,
Yeah,
so
it's very true.
I feel like it's really out there. It's on Melrose now. You know, it's.
I met Adam when I was 15. It was quite a crazy trip. We went to New York to stay over his place, and it was savage, dude.
Those were savage days.
I think that was the second time I'd ever been to the city.
Yeah.
It was sick though, and he was very, he had a lot of hospitality for everyone. And
yeah, solid dude.
Sick, definitely. Always has my back. He has everyone's back that he cares about. You know?
Yeah, facts. So next up we have Pedal Grinds. Said, why is it important to scare yourself? A little presumptuous, but what do you got there? Do you think it's important to scare yourself?
It depends on where you want to be as a rider. Yeah, right. If you want to be a savage motherfucker, you think doing big stuff to all these talented riders isn't scary?
Yeah, it is to everybody, right?
It is to everybody. It doesn't matter how good you get.
Exactly.
That next new trick is going to scare you, just like when you first hopped on a bike and just tried a trick.
Yep. I know, it's interesting. People never realize that about pro riders. You're like, no, man, we just learned to get over the fear and do it anyway because that's what you do. But, like, you're still scared every time. Although I wondered with you, funny, I'm like, is Steve scared? I don't know. Is Garrett Reynolds scared?
At El Toro, I was up there shaking, and I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
All right, just send it. Send it. Because what you could die.
You could just accidentally do a 540.
If I missed a hand or something, and I land a little weird,
the
I
tiniest
could
snap
snap my leg. Or
yep.
That kind of stuff is not to be taken lightly.
Facts. So there you go. It's important to scare yourself if you're trying to progress it that way. If you're trying to be that dude, scaring yourself is a good way to get there.
Like that, you should scare yourself.
If you want to be the next Mike Hoder, you're going to have to get a little fear up in there.
Oh, God. He's so savage.
Yeah.
He's insane. That's
sort of his specialty. Although, interestingly, right, even when we think about Mike, though, you're like, I don't know, is he scared before he does stuff?
True.
It's a persona, I feel.
Right?
I get one.
That's almost like what being a pro is.
I get one, too. I get this, persona on me,
yeah.
Like
a boxer kind of.
I'm a G. I'm gonna get this shit right here.
Right.
And it's just to almost, block yourself.
Yeah. You don't want to have that self-doubt.
Because what you feel is going to happen is what normally happens. What you perceive in your head.
Yeah.
That's why every time I can only think bad thoughts, I'll just walk away. And it isn't a bad thing to walk away from a trick.
Yeah.
Facts.
Sometimes if all you can see is bad, don't do it.
Maybe if you can't visualize it,
go back another day. You don't know how you're going to feel. It's just day by day.
So next up, Brandon Williams. Shout out to Brandon.
He was with us earlier.
Yeah. Where do you see the industry in 5 years, and where would you like to see it?
Booming. Hopefully.
There you go, right?
Yeah. If we have guys like Rich that keep vlogging and getting kids into bikes,
then it's over.
We're done.
Yeah, I agree. I think, like we're talking about how popular BMX is through social media and YouTube and stuff, it's exciting to watch. I think more kids will get into it. It makes sense. There's all these skate parks now, plastic pegs, Sabrosa rails. It's so easy.
With the progression and stuff they see now, it is.
That's why kids get so good so fast.
Yeah, like you see Monkey do.
Yeah. I watched his Bones Brigade documentary.
That is interesting because that's how you progress now.
Yeah, that's how I progress.
I could watch your clip from today, and tomorrow I'm trying it. And what Phil's about to say, I'm gonna cut him off right here.
No. Yeah.
Is back in my day, Bones Brigade are a prime example. We had to wait for the next VHS tape. When you got that VHS tape, that footage was already a year old. It was crazy. By the time
they're doing some other shit.
Exactly. By the time we saw Steve truck driving El Toro, he was working on something else. By the time, and then you take it way back when we saw. I remember seeing Jay Miron do a double flip in the I think it was Mad Matt Hoffman video, way back. It was a year-old footy. Who knows what he was up to by then?
Yeah.
And that meant you could never be him because you could never get there because you're still a year behind. And that was exciting times. For that reason, it was really cool because these dudes were more of an enigma. You know, you were like Ruben.
Yeah.
You remember when Ruben would be inventing stuff?
Yeah.
And the second he brought out the Ruben wall ride, we were all Ruben wall riding. It took us a little while because it was so weird everything he would do, but you had to learn it because it was so dope.
Yeah.
But he was always ahead. He's still, whatever he's doing now, I guarantee he's on some new shit still to this day. Some weird skids, whatever it is.
It's creativity.
Yeah.
You know, and riding is literally like a fingerprint.
Yeah.
Everyone
Facts.
does it different. Everyone has their own style. Everyone thinks differently. So that's why it's sick, though.
I agree, man. I'm about that.
BMX is tight.
Just a sec here. I got a couple other questions in a different account.
Ooh, switching accounts.
Yeah, I'm not really doing this a very good way. I'm still posting like every week, hey, ask me a question, and then not saving them very well and sifting through them and, you know, all this kind of stuff. So, but we're back out here. I'm in the Over the Bars account now. Follow that. And Slow Dog, this is my homie from Oregon from way back. He said, hobbies and interests beyond BMX.
Pool.
Steve loves
I fucking
pool.
love playing pool.
Yeah.
If we could have a pool table instead of a couch and coffee table, we definitely would have one at that.
I'd sleep under it.
He would sleep on it.
Yeah, throw
He
a
would
mattress on
sleep
top of that
with
bad
it.
boy.
I wouldn't want to ruin the felt.
Yeah, you want to throw a little something on top of there.
A sheet.
That's my baby.
Yeah, Phil, what do you got? What are you into? You're into all kinds of
Um,
stuff, aren't you?
Yeah, like, you know, little felt animals, needlepoint. No,
He's
like
got a lot of Beanie Babies.
just like Beanie Babies and kendama. No, like kendama.
You're serious about the Beanie Babies.
No, I wish I was. That'd be so sick.
I was like, we're not just glossing over this.
Just ghosting by. No, I think like photography is probably like my biggest hobby, even though I like do it for money. It's like still really fun.
Yeah.
So like definitely like photo stuff and just like nerding out on. I mean, bikes are still a huge hobby for me.
Yeah, I noticed you got a Supreme hat on, so and you always have the little Supreme swag pieces.
Oh,
What's the
he's
deal with that
always-
scene?
he's
You
always
know,
got
I'm
something.
up at 7:55 every Thursday, just trying to cop some
Are you
stuff.
just flipping? Are you into it, or what's
You know,
the
I
deal?
was flipping stuff, and then I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna keep this stuff.
That's my problem, dude. Every once in a while, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna buy that to flip it, and then I
Yeah.
just keep it.
Yeah, like last Thursday.
And then I don't even wear it because I feel like a douchebag with it. So I'm
Ooh.
just like, it's just sitting there wasting my money. It's
Yeah, like last
It's a
Thursday,
problem I have.
I got like these bike lights that are so stupid. They're like magnetic bike lights that say Supreme on them, $40. Add them to the cart. I think I got like underwear or something in a hat, and it was $150.
I still got my Supreme Hanes, dude. Those are good purchase.
Yeah, I have every color now. Now that I got the white
Oh,
ones.
they did colors? Damn.
I have black. I have white. I have the camo.
You know, white never lasts that long.
Don't ever see anything white, especially underwear. I've seen him wipe. It's not nice.
Oh,
Oh God.
chop that out. All right, so yeah, for me, I'm with Phil. For me, it's just creating anything, making videos, making photos, making this podcast. It's just fun making stuff and sharing it with people. I mean, it's like making a bike video or like even riding, you know. It's just fun putting something into the world and being part of the community, you know.
It's really crazy
Yeah,
when you
that's
like
tight.
make something for yourself and you're like, oh, I'll share this with people, and they're like, yo, it's tight. Like
Yeah.
podcasts or like you do photos, you make like
It's
graphics
cool.
for frames,
Yeah,
and
it's
you
fun.
make everything. It's like, whoa, these people are like really taking in what I'm putting out.
Yeah, it's interesting
up,
because
down.
I feel like it's something that universally all humans love, but there's just so many people that are scared of rejection that they just don't put it out there. They just they keep their thing to themselves, and they're just robbing the world by not sharing it, you know? Like,
That's facts. There's like so many people that I know who like take photos who message me like, oh yeah, I would post like way more, but
and then they're just on Instagram festering at people who are posting photos.
Yeah, it's like-
fuck you, bad lighting.
yeah, it's like yeah, don't judge if you're not gonna put your own stuff out.
Yeah, judge or don't, but like you're gonna be bummed,
Yep.
right? If you want to be happy, man, put
do
that
it.
shit out there.
Yeah. Even if it's crap, do it.
For real. Ain't no need to hide that.
All my early stuff was so trash, and I was like mad proud of it.
The thing about it is, you know, is everybody expects love from the people above them. That's what's weird. Like don't go on your first day expecting for the dude that's in the middle of his journey to be impressed. You know what I mean? Like when you go, like that's just not the way life works. Every brand, every cool thing in the world, people are like, oh, I want to start a clothing company. Oh man, it ain't as dope as Supreme. Well, man, they're 20 years in.
Yeah,
you're
way
probably
deep
as
into
good
it.
as the other guys that are day one. Like, don't
Yeah.
worry about it. Like, play your part. You know, trust the process. Keep it going.
yeah, if you immediately compare yourself to the top, you're just going to be disappointed.
And that's all people do anymore.
Well, that's just, that's kind of...
Bring it in a little.
That's the thing about it. It's also just like kind of super depressing that things like Instagram, just social media, everyone sees how many likes whoever gets, and it's just a constant fucking pissing game of who's who of who.
Kanye said they should remove those numbers.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
What you think?
That's what I'm talking about.
I think Kanye's speaking some truth there.
It does make everyone feel the need to compare themselves.
Yeah,
and
that's coming from a guy with how many followers?
Yeah. Dickhead.
Over 300,000?
360? 365? 365.
A guy over 300,000 followers here saying Instagram is depressing. I have 9,000, which sounds absurd saying also depressing. Phil?
I'm depressed right now.
Bro. Weigh in.
I've been depressed, dog.
I'm about to die.
Yeah, no, it's real though, man. It's the same thing as what we're talking about with the brands. You're sitting here comparing some shit that somebody spent their whole life to get, and you're like, why am I that good? Because you didn't try your whole life, bro. You just thought about it right now looking at his picture.
It's like I used to be like that, like with photo stuff. I'd be like, oh, and I did it with Hicks a lot too. Like, oh man, this guy's stuff is so sick because
you got it because Hicks is crispy though.
He's so good.
I know people hate, but they don't know his talent.
Oh, dude, he's so fucking good. But it'd be like, oh, I can't produce this not because of my skill, but because of my equipment.
Because I don't got the 1.4.
Because of my equipment, and then I would just which I'm glad I did that because it led me to having a bunch of good equipment. Yeah. But my shit was still trash. Yeah. I had to realize, you just gotta learn your craft.
I got a Panasonic G85 right now because of John Hicks.
G85?
Yep, just throwing that out there. That was funny John Hicks story for you. I was like, bro, your videos are so crisp. I don't get what it is. Like, what camera do you use? And he's like, bro, you need the G85. So I went and got it, and I sent him a picture, and I was like, check it out. And he's like, how do you like it? And I returned mine. Like the day after he got it.
Fucking Hicks.
He's like, I got the better shit.
Yeah, I hit him up the other day about a Sony lens for the Sony thing, and he couldn't even remember what he was running. I was like, he goes through equipment.
He's fast.
So fast. Yeah. But he can be consistent with anything. You give him a T2i.
He just knows it.
He's going to kill it. Yeah, he's so good.
He's actually my favorite person I've ever filmed with.
He's the best.
We were talking about the other day. He has that crazy front angle. He's so fast.
And the thing is I don't trust most people. If I'm doing some wild tail up shit and you're right there,
it's scary.
I'm scared of hitting you, so I won't commit.
Yeah.
But with Hicks, I know he'll fucking get out. He knows how
he knows his lenses.
He knows his lenses. He knows everything.
Yep.
And he'll be out the way. So
he's crazy good.
It just makes, and also he's a really good, because filming isn't just about filming.
No,
it's
there's
about
so
motivation,
much psychology.
You're a
driver.
Yeah. A lot of helping the person think of tricks a lot of the time. Like, hey, maybe if you went off there.
It's
there's a lot, bro.
And
just it's just half of the
guiding
process.
them through the process kind of deal. And he knows how I ride, so when I go to a spot, I can't think of anything. I'll look at Hicks and be like, what do you think? He's like, well, I know you got this, and this.
Right.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Hicks podcast coming soon.
Yeah. He will get over here one of these days. He will.
Yeah, one of these days he'll come hang out with us.
He agreed to it.
He will text me back. One of these days we will see John.
About to text him right now.
I miss you.
Yeah, I'm about to text Hicks. I'm just like,
shout out John Hicks.
Why are you breaking my heart, bud?
So next up, Pirate Kurt said, "Who has the best tabletop in all of BMX?" His vote is Darren Reed.
Doyle.
That's literally what I was going to say. It's between Doyle or, like I talked about last time, Vic Murphy.
Vic Murphy.
Chase has a good one too.
Yeah.
So
there's so many people. It's hard to choose.
Yeah, but it's fun to think about them.
Yeah, Nasty has a crazy good table.
I really like Doyle's 3 table set.
For me,
the invert
done. The shoulder scrub? Yeah. Well, I mean, you can't forget Aiken either.
No.
Aiken as well.
That wasn't specifically his thing, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he was like the turn down.
No, he was just unreal at everything he did.
He was good at it.
But I'm thinking for me, I'm going to go probably Justin Inman.
Fuck. I was thinking that too. There's like this one
His was just so his own style.
Yeah, there's this photo of him at that Riverside pool with like the crease in the corner, just like clicked. And it shot fish, so maybe it wasn't as flat as I thought. But it was like one of my favorite photos of all time.
That shop we went to, it was, sorry.
Which one?
We were waiting outside for it to open.
Oh, good. Shad, yeah. Right?
That was
Inman pick, yep.
Inman pick.
Right on the wall.
Right outside.
Big ass table.
Yep.
So good.
Gosh, shout
Yeah,
out.
his are crazy.
Yeah, so clicked. Damn, yeah, tables are so sick.
So I got another one here. We're actually getting to the end of the questions I've submitted.
Shit.
Yeah, so this one's not the best. I'm not gonna lie.
But
Thoughts on loose chains? That's kind of a thing now. Everybody's got the big rattly loose chain because the crank flips.
I don't really like it
Same.
because I hate when my bike makes a lot of noise. I have like OCD about how my bike is, and I like it just like tiny bit loose. Something where you can crank flip, but I don't want it to move when I do tail whips.
Right. Yeah, I come from that school
But
where
I also
it's all
wanna-
about the tail whip.
I also want it kind of loose for bar spins, so I have that movement in the bottom.
Yeah, like a
line.
loose chain is bad, but nothing worse than a too tight chain. Like it's unrideable.
Too tight, you try to bar spin and front end stays.
You bunny hop and your feet don't move enough. And
It'll stay when your bike moves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because I toss them. So some people just
Stephen Valor, who's
push all the way
question
through.
we answered earlier. Such a loose chain. I hate you.
It's interesting, this whole rattly. I'm like, I go out riding with people like Connor. I go out riding
Connor's
with him,
chain is so
and
bad.
it's just going all over. And I'm like, this
It's
is
like, yo,
just the way it is. Okay.
I would be scared it's going to come off going forward.
I couldn't ride my bike with the tiniest little loose sound. I just come from a different era,
Same.
you know. But I also can't crank flip, so it's a double whammy.
I don't really do many crank flips, but
You can.
They're cool though.
I could do them, but I do them different than everyone else.
Yeah. What do you do? The hop and the kick?
No, I flick it, but the way I catch
Yeah.
is
It's like a stomp.
You catch cranks on your crank flips?
No, yeah, pedals, but I'll hop, and at my peak, I'll pull the bike up and catch it both feet at the same time.
Kind of tail whippy a little.
It's like how you nollie.
It's like a nollie flip a little.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know when you nollie and
Pull
you
up,
have your feet off first,
Yep.
and then you pull your bike up to them?
That's how he catches them.
That's how I catch them in the air.
It's so
flick it and
Kind
go.
of like a kickflip on a skateboard a little. Yeah, it sucks up into them. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting, man.
Suck it in.
Everybody's different.
I only started doing that when I got a coaster.
Yeah.
I want to go back to the cassette so bad.
Even foot jam tail
Same.
whips. I used to do front foot, back foot. Now, with the coaster, because it's got the slack, I just...
Got to be at the same time, right?
And hit the
Throw
thumbs
it
up
in
on
there.
this video if you want Stevie to start running a cassette again.
Yeah. Steve, what are your thoughts on running a cassette again? Let's go there.
Pedal pressure. What's up?
Not going to happen.
He says that 2 days on the cassette, I guarantee you, he'd be like, oh, I don't know why we're switched.
I don't want to do those.
You don't want the pedal pressure back.
I don't want to be a cheater.
Who does?
I ain't no cheater.
That's not cheating. That's
I mean, it can be. Let's
if you're
let's
bitch
say what we're
cranking
saying,
every single spot you can, that's cheating.
Yeah. I mean, it's bitch cranking is a trick, but if that ain't the trick you want to do, you might want a free coaster.
I like the coaster just because I'm used to it. So, fuck off.
Facts,
Don't leave a
man.
like if you want Stevie to switch to
Yeah,
cassette.
I'm with you there. I don't think you're switching back anytime soon. I've been floating back and forth. I had the coaster on the day. It made riding fun because it was weird and different. So it's
You know what it is I really like when you do like a trick to 180, like say you're doing swish ice to 180, and you get that swag rollout. It just feels so smooth.
You can get a mean rollout with the coaster. That kind of like
is a
slanted
feeling.
over a little. Just
That is a feeling that you just don't want to ever lose.
Yeah, and I'll tell you the crazy thing about it too is just how fast you can land backwards.
And also just tricks backwards on a set. Like if I want to fakie whip.
That one's
a
not
set,
happening otherwise. Yeah.
It's
Although Simone, he doesn't do those tricks specifically, but he is not worried about the cassette. That shit's
he kills it.
not phasing.
Simone is also like
No pedal pressure, no bitch
one of
cranks.
the best ever.
He might just be the best ever. I know, dude. We talk about him apparently every video. So.
Really?
Yeah, dude. He just seems to always. He's just the best.
They have a crush.
Maybe a little Simone crush. Yeah, I think everybody does. So it's okay.
Oh
All right, one more question? 2 more questions?
That sounded so creepy
How many-
in the mic.
Yeah, it's not creepy, man. Choking on some drink over
I
here.
can't even make the noise.
Steve, did you invent catching cranks on tail whips?
Yep.
Did you invent that? Because it
Did
became.
you invent just being an asshole?
Because I feel like, no, I mean, I feel like the way tail whips sort of evolved through your riding a little bit, and I just feel like the whole concept of the way that you can catch them like that changes the whole trick.
The only reason I learned them that way was because I remember I wanted to always catch tail whips. Ever since when I was 14, I was just like, I want to catch them. So I put on brakes for like a week.
Yeah, they're good for that front foot.
And I would catch them, and then I was like, oh, fuck it, I could do it without the brakes. Took the brakes off, and I start doing, like, trying it and catching, and the pedal would go down,
right,
and my back foot would never be there.
We used to call those ramp tail whips when you catch the front foot. It would never be
there, and then I would get scraped up on my left shin, and I was like, fuck this. And then I saw a Ty Morrow at it, and I saw him catch front crank arm, and then back pedal, and I was like, oh, obviously, why did I think of this?
Right, okay, so you studied it.
So then the next day I just learned it like that, and then it's been, you can tail up anywhere.
Right, okay. I'm going to keep that in mind if I ever venture back into that territory.
Once you get, and also it's not as much abuse on your front crank arm.
That's true.
Because you land on the spindle.
Right.
Well, part of your foot does.
That's sick, man. So you didn't invent it. You dropped that blame onto Ty. And,
not the title, the blame.
There is no blame here.
I'm just playing. I'm not even saying it's lame. It even sounds like you're saying he kind of finessed it in a neat way, where he caught a little crank arm on the front. And, you know, he's a savage.
Ty's so good. Yeah.
He's just a brute that he fucking forced it around and he made it happen. You know, it was tight. I loved that shit.
Yeah, he's a man. So. That's all the questions I got from people, man. I feel like we covered a pretty good amount of ground here. It's already been an hour.
Fuck, like, share, comment, subscribe later.
Yeah.
I gotta race like a piss horse.
Time's flying by. So, Steve, thank you for coming by, man.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll have you again one of these days.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah.
All right.
Well, I mean, I live down the street.
Yeah, so it's just going to guaranteed happen.
It's not I'm double parked in the bike lane, so I'm going to go.
All right, that's a wrap. Episode 4. Episode 5, maybe next week.